Okay, it's a grumpy old IT guy here with a mini podcast, the first one. Going to take a look at the built-in query editor in Ssms, SQL Server Management Studio. It's an excellent tool to not only build a query, but also to teach yourself what a SQL statement looks like. Okay, because after you build a query, you can generate the SQL statement. All right, let's get started. Okay, first, just a little introduction. If this is the first time you've checked out any of my training videos or mini podcasts. So, who am I? The grumpy old IT guy. Well, I'm a published author with over 30 years of experience, okay, in BI and data architecture, data warehouse design, data modeling, and master data management and data quality. And I hold a master's in computer science from Polytechnic Institute of New York way back in 1986, and a bachelor's in electrical engineering from Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York way back in 1982. Got two certifications, Master Data Management and Data Quality, and I am the founder, Chief Grumpy Officer of GrumpyOldITGuy.com and also Grumpy Old IT Guy Publishers. I have several books on Amazon, so I hope you'll check them out. Okay, let's dive right into this query editor and see how it works. Okay, so once you have SQL Server Management Studio up, just right-click on any query pane, just select New Query, you get a blank query pane. Then right-click and pick Design Query in Editor from the pop-up menu. And you get this nice little panel or dialog box where you can pick the tables. And you can also pick views or functions or synonyms. And then with some drag and drop action, you begin to create the query. Okay, in the prior clip, I ended up picking the customers table and the orders table. And now we can start picking the columns that we want. Okay, add any additional tables, specify any sort order. And notice that at the bottom of this panel, we see the shell of a query. Select, and then the from clause with an inner join on the customer ID. So as you can see, as you're building the query, kind of we'll call it a visual interface or query by example in the old days. I believe it was IBM had a tool called query by example that looks similar to this, where you would pick the tables and the columns and also build the joins by dragging and dropping, the foreign and primary keys. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just go into a quick demo to see how this actually works.
Grab a cup of coffee, gang. Here comes our next demo. Take it away, Professor Grumpy.
Okay, this is going to be fairly easy. We have our sales database expanded, and we see all the different tables. And we have a blank query pane, so we'll just right-click on it. And we'll select the Design Query in Editor from the pop-up menu. And let's see, we'll click on Add Customers. We'll also click on Add Orders. Okay. Lightning fast today for some reason, and we'll click on Add Order Line. And finally, we'll click on Products. So we've selected our tables. So now we have our little pane there. Nice little diagram here shows you all the tables, and looks like all the joins are pre-built for us. Yeah, so that's pretty neat, right? You see all the relationship lines there. Now all we need to do really is pick some columns, define a sort order. So what we'll do is, let's see, from the we'll start with the customers table. We'll click on the customer ID. Well, we'll do it here. We'll click on the customer ID if I can see it. And that's one of the little shortcomings here. So why don't we just click on it here instead? All right, that's better. So from customers, we picked all the columns. That's fine. Then from order ID, we'll pick, from orders, we'll pick on the order ID and the order date and also the status. Did it pick it? I have to click it here. And the order status. It's a little small, hard to click on that little checkbox. From the order line, okay, the order line is fairly big. We want the order line item. Okay, did it click there? We want the quantity, and we want the retail price. And finally, from the products table, we'll pick the product ID. Well, let's pick the product ID here from the order line table, and we'll click on the product name and the quantity on hand. Okay, so there's our query. All right, so all we need to do is basically click on OK. And there's the pre-built query for us. Okay, maybe we can just tighten it up a little bit, make a little real estate here so you can see the query that was built. All right, so this is pretty good. If you don't understand or know how to build SQL queries yet, this is an excellent way to learn. Do a little formatting here. Then you have the inner join clause. And all that's left to do is to execute this query. Let's see if it works. So there it goes. And there's a nice little report, right? We have the customer ID and all the customer information. Okay, expression 1, let's see, is the customer ID. So for some reason, it didn't give me the customer ID. So what I'll do is just go and modify it and put in customer ID and re-execute the query. So of course I didn't click correctly. So let's try it again here, Ange. All right, here we go. So now we have the customer ID. We have the order date, the status, open or closed, the order line item, and the quantity and the retail price. I did forget to put an order clause, but you could also select the order clause. And there it is. You just created a nice little report and query with the Query Designer tool.
Hello, Assistant Professor Rajesh here. Please check out Professor Grumpy's latest books on Amazon. Everything you need for learning how to program TSQL queries, stored procedures, functions, and triggers. These books come with plenty of example code you can download from our website, www.grumpyolditguy.com. Real cheap too, so check it out. And now for an announcement from our leader, Professor Grumpy.
Thanks, Assistant Professor Rajesh. Hello, the grumpy old IT guy here. Be on the lookout for my latest book on programming common table expressions. This book will be available on Amazon Kindle end of November. Tons of code examples and advanced topics like using the merge command and common table examples. Makes a great gift for Christmas and the holidays. Oh yes, make sure to check out my latest courses on programming T-SQL triggers available end of November. This is the grumpy old IT guy signing off.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed this quick mini podcast on how to design queries and try it out on your own. And what's next? Well, our next mini podcast will be how to create diagrams with the SQL Server Management Studio, a diagramming tool. Okay, see you then.